You come into these companies and they expect stuff from you in return.
When you can go into your boss and say, hey, we're going to save about 24 million over the next 40 wells, that's value that you generated right off the bat.
Decisions that I make really impact what's going to happen in the company.
They always say that we'll be their bosses.
I knew about the jobs it created, about that it was in, from the medicine we take to the fuel we put in our cars. It's in everything we do. I knew I could be outside if I wanted, I could work with my hands, and that I could live all over the world if that's what I wanted to do, or I could stay right in Oklahoma.
What you see is the graduating classes. There's a lot of opportunities for them to go get a job, and not just one area, so you're seeing lots of opportunities.
There's everything from working in a lab to only being in the field all the time. You can go work for an exploration company, you can go work for a service company, and inside of those companies, there's so many different roles. Within the industry, there's a lot of opportunity for different personalities.
And that was the number one thing I said to myself is I need a dynamic, fast-paced work environment where one day I'll be in the office and the next day I could be out on a drilling rig.
I'm on the exploration side right now, so it's a lot of forward thinking and risking, and I like that the decisions that I make really impact what's going to happen in the company, and especially in exploration, where the company is going in the future.
I had no idea how much fun it would be and exciting. It's really thrilling to go on a drilling rig and see the people who are doing the really hard work, and without them we wouldn't have our jobs.
What you find out is quickly, especially after 4 or 5 years, you have opportunities, whether it's in Africa, South America, it's the Middle East. And that's what's exciting about the oil and gas industry, petroleum engineering, and that you get to see all these different experiences where, if you're just behind a desk in a normal business job here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or any place, you wouldn't get to have those experiences.
What I really appreciated about the education I received at Tulsa was the importance that they placed on teamwork. That's something that is vital in the workplace. As a reservoir engineer and a working petroleum engineer, I work with a geologist, a drilling engineer, an operations engineer every single day.
It's so much about relationships and building relationships and working in teams that, not everyone thinks the same. You really have to be able to see their perspective and sell your idea to them. You have to get buy-in in order to sell anything in the oil and gas industry.
You have to be able to talk, the slang out there in the field. I wasn't even able to talk the lingo of petroleum until I think my junior year. It finally clicked. It's for sure communication. We have our terms in school and they have their terms out in the field, but they know the terms that we use. So you go out there and you know what you're talking about, you know the process. Even though you haven't seen it, even though you haven't been out there, you've learned it, you've understood it, and they follow you.
It's a lot of communication and trying to figure out who's on the same page and what you're doing next, and that's really prevalent throughout the company, and you have to be able to communicate with people. I thought TU did a good job of preparing me for that by making me do presentations and work in teams, and we did a lot of multiple disciplines, which is really beneficial to translating that to work.
What the University of Tulsa really, I think, excels in is helping people with teamwork. They establish that we're working in teams. When you go in industry, you're going to be working in teams there. So I think you're establishing the practice. And then when we get to our job, we're ready to excel.
TU does an excellent job of working with students and going out and finding loans and extra scholarships. That was how I was able to stay the first 2 years. And then the second 2 years, the funding started coming more from petroleum, and Tulsa's an excellent place to get internships because you're right here in the old oil capital of the world.
If you are doing well at school already, in the high school, tuition should not be an issue at the University of Tulsa. What I tell people, apply and see what happens. And based on your capability, based on your experiences, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how competitive the University of Tulsa is with the major universities that are out there today.
It's amazing how many scholarships that you can get. I got scholarships sophomore year, I got more scholarship money junior year. As you get further into your petroleum classes, you do get the opportunity to apply for more scholarships and actually pick up money there. Then you can get money from the companies that you work for. It's really pretty unique, and that's pretty unique to petroleum engineering is the ability to get these bigger scholarships later on.
It's a huge debt burden, and that's something, being an economics guy, that I've done a lot of cost-benefit analysis to kind of figure out, hey, is this going to be worthwhile? Is it worth going back to school? And yeah, the job opportunities, both in the summertime and after college, are incredible.
First thing I noticed was taxes. I was like, whoa, they took all this money from me. But I mean, it's still a blessing to, you know, get that first check and to see, get that money in my account. And I don't know, it was a good feeling.
TU has more advantages today than the day that I was at Tulsa. I mean, first of all, if you look back in its history, I mean, they've had great professors. They've had a lot of great leadership in the past that's gotten it to where it's at today. And then with the advent of the new facilities, I mean, Stevenson Hall, what an investment. Anyone that's seen that is a great facility. It's complemented by Keplinger, but all the drilling simulators, the kids have access to the newest and greatest equipment.
I think it has to do with the size of the classrooms, the focus of the teachers, but also it's the caliber of the teachers that they have here on campus. You know, they're world-renowned.
The faculty was really available, and they did a good job of trying to place people in jobs. I think I graduated with 35 and we all had jobs.
One of the cool things about TU is that it is really rigorous. You know, in school that's not always the greatest thing because you like to, you know, sleep every now and then. But being in the workforce now, it's definitely prepared me to where the workload that I have now is not anything that I'm not used to.
I think as a Golden Hurricane, I was probably more prepared than others for this job. You know, I came in with confidence, but I also came in humble. It's a school that prepares you for real-world culture, and so I knew going to a diverse university that I was going to be working with people from places all over the world, and I was used to that because those are the types of people I went to school with, and I loved that about TU.
TU provided me tons of opportunities. During the interview process, I think I had 10 different interviews with a handful of companies, some local, some from different areas of the country.
I think you have to have a passion for oil and gas to do this. I would just tell a student to stay positive through the studying. There are going to be long nights, but you'll be surrounded by happy people at TU who want to be there, and it's a wonderful thing to graduate and feel like you're fully prepared.